Today, my friends, I'm ranking every single Star Wars Rebels character on a tier list from S to F, S being the best and F being the worst. I'm going to end off the video with the actual Rebel crew, with the Ghost crew. But right now, we're going to start from end all the way to the top. So, at first, we actually have the Lothal Wolf, as we saw at the very end of the show. We saw the Lothal Wolf. And the Lothal Wolf, I would assume, is the one that brought Kanan. He's the one that taught Kanan about the afterlife of the Force, about the cosmic Force, and what comes after death in the Force. He played a crucial role in Kanan's death, and what Ezra began to lead to, which was understanding what the Force really means. So, we're going to go put the Lothal Wolf, I think, in an A tier because he didn't have really that much story in the actual story itself, but he did play a big role in the Cosmic Force. Now, Yoda, like, who is this? Like, why you look like that? Like, Yoda, he played one bit with Ezra Bridger, and that was when he was trying to find his kyber crystal for his lightsaber. That is the only time we saw him, I think, or was it in the cave? It was sometime like that, but like, why does he look like that? B tier for this Yoda, because like, why does he look like that? He should not look like that at all. He just shouldn't. Now next we have Darth Maul. Now Darth Maul played a really cool role in this show, and we saw actually his in-death with Obi-Wan as well. Darth Maul wanted to take Ezra Bridger as his apprentice to thereon and go and destroy the Empire. He wasn't like at this point in the storyline, he didn't see he saw the world, the galaxy he once was. He didn't see as this empire that he didn't like. He didn't like this empire. So I'm gonna throw him in A tier. Obi-Wan, another A tier as well, probably above Darth Maul. Now, Obi-Wan, on the other hand, he had one episode, which was them two had a duel, and then Obi-Wan played this cool little stance where he swapped to Qui-Gon's stance, and then his old stance, and then to his new Ewan McGregor's, his old Ewan McGregor stance, then he went to the Alec Guinness stance. And this was all to fool Darth Maul, and then Obi-Wan ended up killing Darth Maul. But that was the only part he played, and I can't put him any higher in A. Obi-Wan's a cool character, don't get me wrong, but I can't place him any higher because he only had one episode, and that was the Twin Sons episode, and that was it. That is all we had for Obi-Wan Kenobi in the show. Now, next is this creature from whenever they were on that one planet. I forgot his name, but he was very cool, I will say, so I'm going to put him in S tier. The whole point of his character was to tell Kanan. He was a teacher to Kanan. He wanted to tell Kanan about this cosmic force and how you can see more whenever you're blinded. You're not actually blinded. When Kanan was blind, he needed help from this creature. And this creature taught him everything about the force he needed to know. Like, you're not blinded. You can actually see more whenever you're blinded. He was not blinded at all. He learned that from this creature, which was very cool. So I'm going to go and throw him. I think he's a good S tier character. Now next, we had one episode with this character, and he's just a commander droid from the Clone Wars. He had one episode, and that was when Kanan, Ezra, and Captain Rex throw on to go have their last battle from the Clone Wars and have their last battle, I think. D tier. He didn't play a real big role at all. Now, Gregor did, along with Gregor and I feel like Wolf as well, they were both cool and they helped a big time in the rebellion, but like Gregor had a very sad death, so I might put him above that, but them two didn't play a big, huge role because at first they didn't like the Jedi. I think Gregor was the one that actually called the Empire in because they found Kanan and Ezra for them to send Inquisitors after. So, I mean, after that whole concept, they helped in the rebellion quite a bit, but other than that, that's about it, I feel, towards them. Now, the same with this little guy. This little guy had one episode to himself, and that's whenever he was lost. And he was locked to the Empire, and I think Sabine had to get that thing off of him. D. Honest, most of these people only have one episode, and I think this is Ezra's... No, here's Ezra parents. These are just side characters, I believe. Like, along with this one, this one, I just want to go and rapid fire these side characters because that's all they were. They were side characters. I'm not going to throw them an F because I don't think I hate them per se, but they're just side characters. They're nothing more, nothing less. Now, Ezra parents, I'm going to go and throw them in B tier. I throw them in B tier because they only played one role, and that was with Palpatine trying and manipulate Ezra Bridger into joining this alternate reality where his parents are alive, but they're actually not, and that was at the pretty much ending of Season 4. He wanted to try and manipulate Ezra Bridger into not saving the galaxy from the Empire, but he wanted him to join this little alternate reality where they're alive, and that's the only role they played in this whole series. So, yeah. Now, this guy helped in the rebellion quite a bit. So, yeah, I think B tier for him. He was friends with Lando Calrissian, and he kind of sold Hera into slavery, if I remember correctly. I don't like him. F. And now here's Sabine's friend. Awesome. Now, she was actually kind of cool. I'll go and throw him with that. Now, Lando... No, that's not Lando Calrissian. This is Lando Calrissian. This is Hondo. Who doesn't love Hondo? Hondo, I will throw him in A tier. He was cool. But why does he look like that? What kind of funky looking man is that? He played a side character along with Lando Calrissian. I'll go and throw them both in C tier. Like, they had a role in, I think, Season 3, and that was really about it. So... which they did kind of help with the rebellion quite a bit, and I think that was around the time when Gregor died. Now, this little big, fat, Big Mac-looking man, I'm going to throw him in F tier. I don't like him. Mon Mothma. S tier. She is the leader of the rebellion, and we had this one big episode that actually happened after Andor Season 2, which was the Battle of Gorman. Well, the Gorman Massacre. And the rebels helped her escape the Gorman Massacre and have this big message on how all the rebellions should join in this one big battle to go against the Empire. Obviously, Mon Mothma has to go in S tier. And so does Princess Leia. She may have one episode, but the episode was very cool. This was where Ezra and Kanan help her escape from the Empire. So, yeah, now this man, there was Ezra's also, I think, friend. He was trying to go undercover in the Empire as well. I'm going to throw him in C tier. Now, Sabine Wren. Sabine Wren, I think at this point in the storyline, she helped at a big part of the Mandalorian side, but that was more Sabine Wren that helped her complete her goals of also, because at this point in the timeline as well, Sabine Wren gave Bo-Katan Kryze the Darksaber, and she was the big leader of Mandalore at this point in time, because they went on to destroy the Empire, because the Empire had this big weapon that could destroy Beskar in literally seconds, and kill the Mandalorians in just a few seconds. So, yeah, that was their role in this. Now we have Sabine's family. I'm just going to go and rapid fire them because they had a few little episodes of their saga. So, the father, Sabine wanted to be just like her father. Now, the mother, B, and then her brother, I think B as well. I think they should actually just all go in B. And now we have more Mandalorian. Now, these two were the villains. They were part of this gang that was with the Empire. I forgot what that's called. But yeah, they wanted to help the Empire create this weapon of destruction to go against the Mandalorian culture and destroy the Beskar armor. And now Gar Saxon, I think that's his name. Gar Saxon actually wanted to help Sabine Wren go against the Empire and help them. So I think A tier is definitely more towards him. Now this guy just loved art, if I remember correctly. I didn't really like him, so I'm going to throw him an F. Now Grand Admiral Yularen. He was just a part of the Empire at this point, so another B tier. I don't like her, but D tier. Along with this guy. Like, who is this guy? There's just a bunch of side characters in the show that I can't really give you much of an explanation because they didn't do much in the story. They just didn't. Now, there's a bunch of the ones that are part of the Empire, like this guy, who they just kind of just wanted to stop the Jedi, and then another one. I'm just going to throw them all in D, pretty much. I didn't really like them. Now, this guy, another C as well. Now, this man, they were on Lothal. We saw this man at the end of Season 4, and Grand Admiral Thrawn actually called him in to sniff the rebels out. Yeah, they called this whole creature to sniff the rebels out, which he was cool. I'll give him that. He was very cool. He had a bunch of aura, so I'll give him an A. Now, he was just another side character for the Empire. I hate her because she killed Kanan Jarrus. Well, I say that. Then Kanan Jarrus actually gave his life for the rebels. And then just more Lothal characters that just hate him. Now, Grand Admiral Thrawn, S tier. I love his villain. Because he's not one of the ones that just... He likes to study the rebels and just wait for what their move is, and then he'll study the counterattack. That's why I love Grand Admiral Thrawn, because he is such a cool character. He is. I'll throw him an S tier because his character development is so freaking cool. It is. Another D tier F. I don't really like him. Is this... Okay, there's the Grand Inquisitor. So now we have the Inquisitors. I'm going to go and throw them a bunch together. I think they were actually really cool as their villain, because this is the first time we actually get to see Inquisitors and, well, besides like the Kenobi show and some of the other shows, but I mean, their characters were very cool, but I think the Grand Inquisitor himself was the one that brought this together, so S tier. Now, Agent Kallus, he was the one that ended up working with the Empire, but then was codenamed Volcrum and then helped the rebellion, because then he turned up into being the spy. That's how you actually have character development for someone to become a spy and not what General Hux became. Like, that makes no freaking sense at all, but his character is most definitely S. I'll put him up here. Grand Admiral Tarkin, he's cool like he always is. Darth Vader was amazing, like he always is as well. Especially Ahsoka versus Darth Vader, when Ahsoka slashed Darth Vader helmet in half. And then we saw Anakin and Darth Vader. That was very cool. That was amazing, honestly. And then here's little Chancellor Palpatine, who's trying to manipulate Ezra Bridger. Another S tier like he always is. Then Ahsoka Tano. Come on now. At this point, Ahsoka looks very hot and sexy, but, you know, she, yeah, Ahsoka Tano. I mean, come on now. She's my favorite Jedi, so I have to put her in S tier. Now, this droid was funny. It was very funny, and he slowly became part of the Rebel Alliance. S tier. Yeah, now who is this? Who's this funky looking guy? Throw him in B tier. A bunch with now this guy sacrificed himself for the greater good, but I'll throw him in B tier as well. Now, Saw Gerrera. At this point in the timeline, he kind of had his own rebellion and his own way of doing things, and he wanted to pretty much torture the... I remember this one episode, and it was on Geonosis, and Saw Gerrera wanted to torture this Geonosian because he didn't want to give information out in a way, and he was the only last one of his kind. I don't know why that memory popped up in my head, but Saw Gerrera is not one of them rebels that I really do like that much. But he's doing his job, so I think B tier is a good way throwing him. Now we have the rebels. Okay, so this guy helped a lot. I'm going to throw him an A tier. Captain Rex, S tier. Do I really have to explain why? He was always with the Jedi. No matter what, he always fought for the right cause, which was the rebellion. He did not want to join the Empire. He hated the Empire. He always fought with the rebellion, no matter what. Chopper, amazing. He has a kill-death ratio of... Do I even want to know? Probably not. Now Zeb, amazing. Sabine Wren. Now, her Darksaber arc is probably my favorite episode of the whole show, when she was learning the Darksaber. That was really cool. Hera, another S tier. Now, Kanan and Ezra. I'm going to have to put Ezra second, because I love Kanan. He is my most favorite character of all of Star Wars, and he's my most favorite Jedi, because of just what he stands for. He actually stands for a true Jedi, and how he died was a sacrification to try and save his family. It was sad, but it was a perfect ending towards his character. But anyway, here is my tier list of every Star Wars Rebel character. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.